Hey guys, it's Tom Bucks, and I'm here with Frank.
Hey guys.
And you finished pretty well at the recent regionals. How'd you do?
I got second place. I played Terama Ishizu.
I know, but guys, don't click away from the video yet. All right. One thing I want you guys to know is, okay, did a lot of people play tier Ishizu?
Yeah.
Is it the best deck?
Yes, bro.
Did you play against a lot of Ishizu, or is your path easy?
Yeah, it was a lot of tier Ishizu right from the start.
Oh, so lots of tier Ishizu.
Yeah.
Any deck that surprised you?
My final round opponent was on Naturia of all decks, going X1.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Okay, he was actually mostly undefeated for the most of the parts in the beginning. He was sitting at table 1 for a while, so yes. Yeah. So clearly you had some sort of edge playing this deck. And I'm guessing you put in a lot of the work.
Yeah, did a lot of playtesting, theory crafting.
Anything special, spice or anything?
I would say it's the most box standard. Terama Ishizu list.
So,
you can find.
You know what? During the deck, as you show us the cards, I'm going to ask you if you did anything different that gave you even more of an edge than the other players. Because I think that's important, since a lot of the other players played Ishizu tier, they didn't make it.
Yeah.
So there clearly is something here. All right, any shoutouts you want to give?
I want to shout out to Cute City for putting me on the team and supporting me along the way. They helped me a lot with acquiring like old cards, sleeves, and other accessories. Like I needed 6 dice for the tier element mirrors to keep track of the levels. They gave me that. They also helped me a lot. Anthony's a really chill dude, so yeah. And then for my other shoutouts, I want to shout Daniel. We have 3 Daniels. I want to shout Jim.
Jim, like MathMac Jim?
MathMac Jim? Yeah, good friend of mine. I want to shout out all my teammates at Cute City, and I wanted to shout out Tom Box for letting me make this video.
Oh, no worries.
Driving all the way out here.
It's all good.
And shouts to the MST sleeves, the white ones. Feel so good.
Does it feel good?
It feels so nice.
Be honest, man.
No, I'm not shilling. I'm not shilling. Trust me. It's just good. I'm not shilling. I'm not paid to do this. Guys, trust me. It's just good. It just feels like old player's choice, really. And
thank you, I appreciate it.
And then finally, I want to shout out to my mom for supporting my hobbies. And
you're lucky. You're so lucky.
I am so lucky. I love my mom.
All right, you know what, guys? Let's get into the deck profile. All right, show me some monsters.
All right, so starting off, 3 Rhino, 3 Sharon, 3 Merly, 3 Hofness, the standard.
So, which is your preferred opening? Do you prefer opening with Rhino or do you prefer opening with Sharon?
Always Sharon. Sharon is so nice. Sharon is just the best card in the deck right now. If I open like Rhino plus Sharon, I will always Sharon plus pitch Rhino, and then to continue comboing.
Like that sets you up with Dweller, right?
Yeah, it sets you up for free Dweller, and it lets you play super early with your Ishizu cards and start milling. So it is really, really good. And Sharon, just in general, I feel like normal summons aren't as good in this format, because like if I summon Rhino and my opponent has a Bestial monster, it just gets stopped and I end my turn. But if I have Sharon, I always have my normal summon. I can go into Baguska, Dweller, maybe some normal summon Merly or something.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different options you can take.
So I actually have a question here. So I want to get as much like spice detail as possible. So my question is, when someone opens their play with an Ishizu mill card, what do you think about their hand?
It's absolute garbage. I would never willingly use Ishizu cards to mill in the mirror match unless I absolutely have to.
Like even as a game 1, you wouldn't do that?
No, I would never use that game 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Guys, there you have it. We're teaching you guys how to read hands, which is like 90% of Yu-Gi-Oh! All right. So
the Ishizu cards are simply like too high value for your opponent, because it's your turn. You have access to around 15 mils on average without Ishizu cards. So if you give your opponent 5 free mils, they are plussing like crazy. And then for the other tier element cards, I run 3 field spell, 1 terraforming.
Oh, we're doing this engine style.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're doing engine style, guys.
Instant fusion, 3 scream, and war heartbeat. So
you main deck the heartbeat.
Yes. I was deathly afraid of Mystic Mine. I'm like, I'm not losing to Mystic Mine. Even though the deck had other outs, the last minute I decided to put in Heartbeat just because it was also really good against the Runic Sprite matchup. Because I shuffled back his field spell and he couldn't play. 3 Scream I feel like is mandatory this format. Scream is way too good. It's a good mill. It's a good like add.
It's a good thing on the field.
Yeah, it's so good on the field. Like if I have a decent like tier limit load to hand, I just go Kiss or Scream and later on pop it with a field spell to search the trap if I don't mill it.
That is actually very smart.
It is so good. And speaking of Scream, like the payoff for the Scream is 1 Soliac and 1 Crime.
Okay.
Crime is actually criminal in this format. It is so good versus tiered decks, and it's an Omni Negate, so you don't lose to Evenly, you don't lose to Dark Ruler, you don't even lose to Droplet on your Dweller anymore because they have to send a trap. How are they sending a trap when everybody runs like 2 Soliac max, right? So it's super good, and it's like I keep it in like going second sometimes because you crack the board, you set a crime and you just auto win in that position. That's all for my
tier engine.
Yeah, tier engine. And
next engine.
next
boy, here we go.
Ishizu stuff, you know the deal. 3 Keldo, 3 Medora, 3 Kelbeck, and 1 Agito.
So you're getting the 1 Agito.
Yeah, 1. I feel like realistically, you don't want to have too many of them in hand. I think 1 Agito was just for bumping up like orange light ratios and playing non-mirrors where like it really shined. Keldo, Mudora, they're just always good. They're insane versus Runic Sprite because you can shuffle back the fountain draws.
Oh yeah.
You can, it's so good. And then you can shuffle back tier Ishizu stuff. Your opponent's like combo pieces, Albaz.
That's the big part. Like
they can't even play anymore.
Like it's like the same reason why people play Foolish Return to get rid of like the branded combo pieces.
And it also recycles your own engine, so you can put more tiers into your main deck to get better mills. You can recycle Heartbeat. You can recycle
everything.
The traps. Yeah. The most heinous part about these cards is if you have this in graveyard with field spell on field, you can out Mystic Mind just with engine.
Yeah. Oh yes. Of course.
You can. Your opponent activates Mystic Mind. You can chain one of these, shuffle back one of your Tearlament cards, and then your opponent on resolution of Mystic Mind, you can trigger field spell to pop the Mystic Mind. And I actually did that in game 2 versus Flunder after I made Baguska after getting shifted. And 3 turns later, Bagusta blew up himself, and I used Medora to shuffle back Rhino to pop the Mystic Mind to OTK. And it was wild. It was so good. And Kelbeck is just the reason why I played him at 3 was it's just good, right?
It's a hand trap.
It's a really good hand trap. It's a hand trap, it mills 5, so like this is one of the few ways that you can out Dweller if your opponent makes it early. The others being like Super Poly and like Orange Light mainly. And this is super good. And the one last thing about Agito is it's actually really good versus the non-mirror. So if you go Keldo, pitch Kelbeck, you can search Agito and Kelbeck mill 5. And then trigger Agito in a new chain.
Summon back both.
Summon back both. I did that versus my Runic Sprite opponent. He's just like, I just had way too many level 4 bodies. And then for the rest of my deck, I played 3 Orange Light. Just the best card in the deck.
It's like Gamma without the Gamma problems.
Yeah, I drew Orange Light plus Keldo so many times, and I just Orange Light pitched Keldo on their Kakalos, and I just auto won the game because they didn't have any further mills. I could Keldo shuffle back everything that they could get, and I 2-0'd one of my opponents by drawing this combo twice and making them pass on Gorilla Set 2 twice in a row. It was so mean. I felt so bad. And for the last berry...
Secretly a bad boy.
Yeah, I'm just a bad person. Last card, Diviner. If you mill it, you can make Floor. In the grind game, you can keep bringing it back to dump more Ishizu cards. Also for the tier mirror, really just don't mill. Just don't give them mills.
Okay.
Just don't give them mills. Just set up your Keldos and Mudoras, and you'll be just fine, honestly. They can't play, really.
Yep.
Trust me. And then for my last 3 cards,
So that's
Super
your
Poly.
that is your
Yeah.
card of choice. Triple Super Poly. Why do people need to play either Super Poly or Droplet?
I actually don't think Droplet is good at all.
You don't think it's good at all?
No,
But
no,
like
'cause-
it was a choice between those two.
It was the choice between those two, and there was no other choice really. I considered Fenrir, but then I realized people can just play Asa and bring back my own Fenrir. I'm like, I'm not playing to that. I'm just not. Super Poly is one of the only outs to Dweller through Crime. And that's the biggest issue with Droplet right now is because they can just Crime pitch a monster and it's a counter trap. You can't even stop that. And once the Dweller resolves, you just instantly lose. And Super Poly is also good as a set. It's a much higher impact set in like bad hands or like grind games than Droplets. Because Droplets, you neg yourself and you only negate their effects. You don't get the bodies off the board. Even though the deck has a pretty easy time getting over monsters with Scream and Field Spell, it's still better to just deny them the bodies and the resource generation and just go for like a Garua or a Mud Dragon. Both of which are like more follow-up. One is protection and the level 4, the other is a draw 1.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Super Poly ended up being super nice. I don't think I'd change anything in the main at all or extra.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not till
Yeah,
till Photon.
No,
All right.
no.
All right. You know what? Let's take a look at your extra deck.
So for the extra deck, I'm playing the standard Tyraments package.
Is there any space? I'm gonna see if I can guess it all. Dragostapelia, Mud
There's
Dragon.
like, yeah, just
There
the
it
6
is.
fusions, just standard. I think you need these 3 for the grand game to shuffle back stuff, even though you have Ishizu stuff now, because you, in the mirror match, you oftentimes don't have the luxury of actually like using Ishizu stuff on your own engine. You sometimes have to shuffle back a lot of their resources, and I actually shuffle back a lot of their orange lights over my own monsters just to make them brick on it.
Yep.
So that was pretty funny.
Now this card, I want to emphasize. I feel like sometimes this is like the MVP in this matchup.
No, it is so good because
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. This is like the MVP. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
against this matchup, it's also very good. I think
Yeah.
90% of your cards target.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of them target. It's hard to get over battle if you have like a Mud Dragon set up with like a Field Spell and Scream. You're just not losing, right?
Yep.
And then for the rest, it's Fleur, which is just
If you can get it. If you can get there.
if I mill Diviner, it's pretty nice. I have Elf, I have Sprint, I have Dark, I have last one, Underworld Goddess.
Oh, okay. So that's your choice.
Yeah, so I was thinking there are going to be people playing IP Avermax. Yeah, I used Underworld Goddess thinking that there would be people playing IP into Avermax or just Ignisters.
And IP Avermax is pretty hard to break.
It is so problematic for this deck. The only other out would be making a Zeus, but that's like you need 2 Xyz monsters.
So what else you got?
I have Dweller, Uska, those 2 basically mandatory. Shifter is way too prevalent in this deck, and you play so many free level 4 specials, Sharon, all the Ishizu shuffle back names. You might as well just play this just to like sit on it and go, just on my board, on my sleepy boy.
Buy a turn.
Yeah, and my last 2 cards, considered the only spice, I guess, is Gigantic and Zeus. Gigantic.
So you are going to
to
Gigantic.
I am playing Gigantic, even though it's not that spicy. The line is just using Dark to reborn something, linking Dark, the body into Elf, and Elf to reborn Dark to overlay into Gigantic, and it's actually really good because it's 32 attack with 2 link monsters underneath it, and so you can beat over a non-field spell, non-screamed Rhinoheart or Lulu, and then you can still make Zeus after that. And I wanted like as many ways to go into Zeus as possible, even though Dark is locked under like Necro Valley, but all the other floodgates, they are not. And like Tikaboo and stuff like that, you can do a lot with it. And yeah, that is my extra deck.
Let's take a look at your side.
First one,
Real MVP.
Real MVP, Cherries.
What do you take out?
In the Sprite matchup, I would hit Elf. If not that, I can hit Gigantic. Otherwise, most of my mirrors, I just called Kikalos, and that made it like a lot harder for my opponents to play, because all they played was Rhinoheart beatdown, or Kaleido beatdown. And
Did you ever get hit by Reaper yourself?
I think I did once, but my opponent was so low on resources that I just ended up doing the exact same Kaleido beatdown with Scream and Field Spell. The next one, 2 Lightning Storm, 3 evenly. I was scared of back row decks. In hindsight, I didn't have to be, but Evenly was pretty good versus tier players that didn't go into crime, turbo into crime game 1.
Get a free board wipe.
Yeah, in game 2 and 3, I mean. And you just get a free board wipe. And if they can't negate it, getting any tier fusion banished face down is such a huge bonus because they can't even crime send to graveyard to recycle it. And that's, yeah, that's about it for going second cards. For going first cards, I have Skill Drain for the Flender matchup and Sprite. And next, Anti-Spell. Anti-Spell is Anti-Spell. It hits Mystic Mind decks, it hits Runic decks. Sometimes I sided in second versus Mystic Mind because they can't activate this under Demise of the Lion. So it is honestly pretty strong, yeah. And then the last one, I'm sorry, yeah.
All right, Frank, thank you for sharing your deck profile, and again, congratulations to you for getting second place at our second regionals in the 9-month drought.
It's been so long.
I know. Also want to give shout outs to your side deck because of it. We wouldn't even have this event.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but yeah. So looking forward to seeing you in the next event. Are you planning to go travel?
Maybe. I'm not sure right now because I want to hang out with friends more and just chill out locals.
Okay.
For now, but in the future I'll definitely start traveling.
Well, you got your invite. Are you gonna go to NAV?
Maybe. I have a few friends that are also going, so maybe we'll all go together. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see you.
Yeah.
We'll see you there. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button, hit the like, subscribe, ding notification bell, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Some hot content coming up.